Hello, and welcome back to another video. My name is Roxy from Creative Mama Designs. I'm a six-figure digital product creator, and my channel is all about product creation, passive income, and everything else that you can do in between to make money whilst you sleep. So if you are interested in that and you want to learn more, then make sure you stick around, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. So in today's video, it's another video in our Design With Me series. Basically, I am taking a untapped, unsaturated digital product idea and creating it before your very eyes in Canva. It's a really simple product to do, and you're just gonna see how quickly we can put together a really high quality product to sell on Etsy or wherever it is that you like to sell your own digital products. So without further ado, let's jump in. Oh, but before we jump in, let me introduce you to my amazing PLR freebie. It is a dot grid journal, also known as a Bujo journal or a bullet journal. And it is really designed to a high standard, and it's going to be something that you can be proud of to sell in your own business. So if you are interested in downloading that, then make sure you click the link down below in the description. So without further ado, let's jump in. So the product we're going to be creating today is super simple. It's toy bin labels. These are labels that you would use to delineate the different toys and the different boxes in your kids' room. Really simple, but really useful. And it's a really nice way of organizing your kids' room in a way that makes sense. I probably should be using these right now. So I think once I've made these, I'm going to print them out for myself for my own kids. So when I am looking for unsaturated, untapped products, there are certain things that I like to look out for. If you have seen any of my previous videos, you'll know kind of already what I like to look out for. But if you're new here, I'm going to let you know what I like to look for right now. First up, when we're looking over in Etsy, I like to see results that come back with less than about 3,000 different results that come back in Etsy. This one, as you can see, is 1,167, which is a really, really low number, which I like to see. Basically, I like to see such low numbers because Etsy is such, there are so many millions of products on Etsy. And so the lower you can get as close to, 1 or 0 as possible, the better for us. So, but we want to make sure that there is demand for that product. We don't want to just make products that have no demand, because then that's just a waste of your time. So once I've found a particular product that has low search results in Etsy, then I like to then have a scroll through and see if I can see any bestsellers. And I'm scrolling through now, and I'm seeing a bestseller here, bestseller there. So that's really great. I also then like to click into a couple of these and see if they are in people's baskets. So as you can see, this is in more than 20 baskets, and this is commanding a really healthy price point of £8.60, which is amazing. And this is just printable bin storage labels, really simple, but the way they have presented this particular listing is really nice, and it really allows you to visualize how you're going to use these labels in your own child's room. So, but as you can see, they are really simply put together. This one has 109 toy storage bin labels. So they have gone that extra mile and really gone to town with the types of labels that are included. So I guess that's where they've been able to command a higher price point. So it's just thinking of things that you can do to add additional value and make it a no-brainer purchase for your potential customer. I would then definitely, if I was to make this product, I would definitely then want to make a product that has over 100 different labels of different things. And then when I'm scrolling through, it's just to have a look at the look and feel of some of the other products. These are like really nice pastel colors, really lovely for a child's room. But you might want to go a really colorful route. What I also like to look at is just the kind of monetary returns that we could see from a product like this. So that's where I then introduce a couple of tools. A tool that I like to use when I'm assessing the money that is in a niche, it's called Everbee. It has an extension, and what you do is you type in your product up here, and then you would click over to the left, product analytics, and then it's going to analyze all of those products on that first page. Then I will sort by monthly sales or monthly revenue. And so as you can see, this printable is selling about 112 every month and makes about £980, which is amazing. You might want to then just sort that again to make sure that that is the highest monthly revenue we've got. And that is for a really, really simple product. But I think the thing is that because it is such an untapped product and there aren't very many results coming back, being returned for it, that's where you're able to, and then you're seeing the numbers here. That's why, because there isn't very many products that are offering as much as that particular one is. But it's just really, it's really nice to see that this particular niche, such a simple product, is making money and is making lots of sales. As you scroll through, there are sales being made in this particular niche. Another place I like to look when I'm doing some assessment is another tool. It's called Sales Samurai. These tools, that not all of them are needed. It's just I like to kind of really validate my niche, and the tools just make it a lot easier. And they're just definitely worth the investment if you are serious about building your own digital empire. So the things I like to look for in Sales Samurai, I like to look at the Etsy search volume, the click-through rate, and the Etsy competition mainly. I also like to have a look at the tags, which you can see down here. But the numbers I like to look at is, so Etsy SVs, Etsy search volume. As long as it's showing a number there, I know that that denotes to me that there is traffic going towards this keyword and people are searching that up. So as long as it doesn't say 0 or NA, which is not applicable, then you know that there is traffic in this particular niche. Etsy click-through rate, which is Etsy CTR, I like to see anything above about 5%. So this is really good. This is within range. And then lastly, the Etsy competition is what I pay attention to the most. And that is telling us how many products there are that are being returned that really target this toy bin labels keyword. Sometimes you find keywords or products and you will scroll through the pages on Etsy, and then maybe a couple of listings down, it kind of veers away from that initial product that you were looking for. And so that means that it's not very well targeted. There aren't enough products being returned that Etsy can give to that particular customer. So when I'm looking at Sales Samurai, I like to see Etsy competition of anything below about 3,000. So this is stating that there are 583 products that are really targeting that keyword, and that is a really fantastic number. So we've got search volume here, we've got a decent click-through rate, and we've got a really low competition. So this is definitely an untapped, unsaturated niche, and especially that is going to be so easy to put together. It is kind of a no-brainer. So without further ado, let's jump in. Oh, but before we do, let me introduce to you my monthly membership. By the time this video comes out, it may have already been released, but if it hasn't, then make sure you sign up for an expression of interest form. Basically, the monthly membership is you will get access to a whole library of products, just like this one and several more. And that's for you to jumpstart your own digital product empire. If you are really interested in starting your own business, you already have your own business started, but you just find that the product research and the product creation an absolute headache, this is going to be for you. If you sign up through this form, you will then be, when we are open, if it isn't opened already, you will get a really, really mouth-watering offer if you join. So be sure to sign up below, and let's get into it. So we are in my design tool of choice, Canva, and what we're going to do is, this is going to be using the free version. I have the Canva Pro version, which is the paid version, but what I'm going to teach you, you can do in the free version, no problem. So let's open up Canva. We've got to click custom size, and we are going to change up from pixels to inches. We're going to put 8.5 by 11 there, and then create new design. The first thing I'm going to want to do is kind of do the delineating lines for each label. So I'm going to click L for line. I am going to pull it across. So I've clicked L for line, and I'm going to pull that across. And then I am going to make it kind of a dotted line. So we go over here and we can make that like that. I kind of wouldn't mind some rounded endpoints, and I'm going to make it a bit smaller, like a thinner line. Actually, that's a bit too thin. So let's make that a bit bigger. Yeah, perfect. And so I'm going to copy and paste that again. I'm going to make it at 90 degrees and make sure it's centered. Make sure this is in the middle as well, which it is. So we can either have 4 on a page, we could have 8 on a page. I'm just going to go with 4 on a page for now, just for time's sake. But yeah, you would just add additional lines here, and then you could have 8 on a page. But we want to add our elements. And so the different toy symbols and things like that, the different toy icons. So if you were struggling with toys to include, then you could use something like ChatGPT, which I'm going to use right now. So with ChatGPT, we'll just give it an instruction, and then it will allow us to, it will give us a list of different toys that we could include in our bundle. So first up, I'm going to give it some context. I am a digital product creator, and I wish to create a set of printable toy bin labels. Are you familiar with this type of product? And that's just to ask ChatGPT whether it's familiar, whether it knows what we're talking about, so that when we give it the next instruction, it can give us exactly what we need. So it's saying, yes, I'm familiar with the concept of printable toy bin labels. These labels are designed to help organize and categorize toys in bins or containers. They typically have visual cues such as images or icons along with text. So I don't need to read any more of that. It knows what I am talking about, and we are able to continue with the next instruction. So I'll be excellent. Please give me a list of, so if we saw in that previous bundle we were looking at, I think there was 109 different toy bin labels. So, you know, if you wanted to provide even more value, you might want to go up to maybe 150. So you would just say, please give me a list of 150 different visual clues with text. I mean, you could say 150 for the sake of time. I'm just going to say 12. So as you can see now, it's come back with a category. So this is what we put on our label, and then it will just be, it's even suggesting the visual cue, so the actual icon that we would use. So this is just so simple now for us to be able to put this together in Canva. So let's do that now. So I'm actually going to just copy this list and then bring it over into Canva. Just add an additional page, blank page, and then just put that so I don't have to keep on flipping back and forth in between screens. So the first category is cars. So I'm going to click down here, cars, put that there, make sure it's size, make it bigger. You can make it as big as you like. Just make sure that that is spaced nicely. We kind of want it in the middle here. And then the visual cue would go up there as well. And then we just copy this and paste again, make sure it's in line with that one. And then the next one would be, so we've got cars, dolls, and then copy and paste this again, bring it down. Building blocks, and we just adjust the spacing by going here, clicking here, and reducing that line spacing. Make sure it's in alignment with cars at the top. I think that still needs to be adjusted a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but as you can see, it's really easy to put something like this together. And the next one will be art supplies. I might actually copy and paste this across so that we can get the same line spacing. Art supplies, and then bring it up, make sure it's in line with that. Might make these ones smaller only because it's just more writing there. So we've got 49.1, so let me make that 49.1 as well. Okay, so then what we then do is get our visual cues. So car, so there we go, there's car there, and then doll, a nice doll there, just make kind of size. The next one will be building blocks. So I'm going to put that there. Art supplies. So basically, ChatGPT has made it really easy for us to create something just super, super easy. It's just given us exactly what we need, all the instructions we need to get on and make this product super quickly. So now all I would do is, now everything's centered and it's where it needs to be, I'll just duplicate this page, go back up to the top and fill in the rest of these labels. So we've got puzzles, we've got stuffed animals and books. So I'm going to try and remember those. Puzzles, and then stuffed animals, and we had books. And then what else did we have? We've got action figures, outdoor toys, musical instruments. So, action figures. So now we're just going to change these out. Puzzle. And then we want stuffed animals. So teddy bear. And then we want books. Let's delete this. Bring this one in. And then action figures. I always like to make sure that I'm choosing the free elements, because I just like to make sure that I'm within Canva's terms and conditions. So I'm not seeing an action figure, so maybe a superhero. Or maybe a soldier, but I think this one could be nice. And then once you've done that page, then go ahead, get the rest of these. In your case, if you are choosing to do over 100 different labels, then you would just go through, copy and paste each text into each different box, find a relevant icon or clip art from the Canva free library. And then that's how simple it is for you to put together a really good product that is in an untapped, unsaturated niche. So the other thing you would need to do is just to change the font out to something very child friendly. This one will do. And then you click change all to make sure that that's all changed across the board. And then you just resize these, make them bigger, smaller, just, whichever way you feel. You could also color these differently. These could be all different colors, or you could just leave them black. It really is down to your own personal preference. So that's it for me today. I hope you got a lot of value from that. I hope you can see how quick and easy it is using a tool like ChatGPT, Canva, doing that research, and how easy it is for you to put together a really quality product that is going to be serving a niche in no time flat. If you followed along and you've got your own product ready to go, then well done. And if you haven't and you were just watching along, then please feel free to download the link to this particular product in the link below. It is for you to use, to play about with, and to use in your business. So I hope you enjoy that gift. That's it from me, like I said. And if you want to download the other freebie that I have on offer, then please go ahead and download that, and be sure to sign up for the membership expression of interest if you are interested in building your digital empire in the quickest way possible. That's it, and all the very best.